Hey there, welcome back. I warmly welcome you all in this brand new section, and in this section we will start exploring how to connect with the database and how to perform different kind of operations directly on the database using our microservice. Now in our previous videos we have implemented a microservice without the support of DB. We were making use of a static list, which is okay, which is nice, good enough. Now moving forward, let us build a microservice with the support of database. So I will navigate to file and we will start a new project and we will give the name as RESTful microservice with a DB. Alright, and let me add in the description. Again, everything is good enough. Let me click on next. Now friends, here is the thing. We would require a couple of additional things apart from the web dependency. So first of all, let us add in the dependency of a web. Then let us check the other dependencies which are available. Let me show you. In here, one of the tree is by the name of SQL. And if I show you, first thing is JPA. Now this JPA is very important. Now JPA stands for Java Persistence API, and if I quickly show you the documentation by oracle.com, then definitely it helps us in object relational mapping. Now what exactly is a object relational mapping? This mapping helps us to implement classes which will depict your database table. Now this is very useful, and if you guys know the overview of Hibernate, again this persistence layer is very important and this helps a lot. In the background, again Hibernate works when we take help of Spring Boot, so definitely persistence layer will be in picture in the background working in order to communicate with the database. Now definitely you can research more on JPA. Definitely go ahead and check it out, and we will also talk about entity layer in our forthcoming videos. Now moving forward, let us quickly check yet another documentation, accessing data with JPA. Now friends, this JPA layer which we are adding is not Java Persistence API. In fact, this is a data layer which is implemented by Spring by taking help of Java Persistence API. This is a little confusing. Let me show you this article. So this article could be easily accessible by you. Simply Google for data with JPA Spring Boot and you will get this article. Now this article will help us to understand what exactly is JPA under Spring Boot. Now this particular layer is what? This is Spring Data JPA, and this layer will do what? This will automate lot of the stuff for us. We simply need to give the relational mapping. We need to give the POJO, plain old Java object, which will represent the database table in the background, and lot of the work would be done automatically. Now friends, it could be little confusing to you that what exactly is JPA and how this will work, but don't worry, later down the line when we will actually start programming, when we will actually start performing operations on the database, things would be much more cleaner in your mind. But do understand that in the background, Spring Boot uses Spring Data JPA, and JPA individually is a Java technology. Let me minimize this. Alright, now apart from this JPA, we need to also choose a specific database. In our case, we will make use of MySQL. And we need to also connect with the database, so we will require a database connector, which would be JDBC in our case. Alright, so this looks good to me. Let me click on next and we can click on finish. Alright, so the application will be added in couple of minutes, and in the background it is working and adding the dependencies. Here are the dependencies. The list is too long and many things would be automated by Spring Boot, and this is very good, nice. Now let me quickly run this skeleton code which is already added. Let me see what happens if we try to run our application right away. So as of now there is no business logic, but there is again a crash. Let me show you the crash on the console. It says application failed to start, failed to configure the data source. Now whenever we try to connect with the database, we add the dependencies like JDBC, MySQL, JPA, the connectivity part is done automatically, which is amazing. We need to configure our application, and once the configuration is done, we would be able to connect with the database, and we need not to worry about the pooling stuff and other stuff. Many of the stuff would be done automatically. All right, now before starting with the connection configuration, we must add the database in our system. So in our next video, we will try to download our web server, so in our next video we will download the database, configure the database, and we will try to and later down the line we will configure our application for connecting with the database. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day and take care.